For a comedy series, this isn't exactly filled with things that makes me audibly laugh, more just slightly chuckle. Thor, the new Thor Love and Thunder film, that's like 1,000 times funnier than this show, and that's supposed to be an action film. Jen is pissed that Titania has trademarked the name SheHulk to sell her line of beauty products, so Jen gets taken to court over it to try and get her to stop using the name SheHulk. Which is fair enough, the name is Titania's, because she trademarked it. That's what it means. In previous episodes, Jen keeps talking about how she hates the name SheHulk, but then when someone else uses the name to make a quick buck, she acts like a big child because, I don't know, I guess Jen wants to be the one to make the quick buck here. Jen and her assistant best friend Nikki are in Jen's office talking about how there's certain parts of being She-Hulk that Jen likes. One of them being how Jen can walk at night down a street with headphones on without being afraid, which, I mean, I'm not a woman, but I feel like a lot of women feel like they can't do that for that exact reason. Best friend assistant Nikki and this guy visit a fashion expert to try and get Nikki some clothes that actually fit. So they visit the fashion expert, and shocker, the fashion expert is a sassy gay man. Who could have ever guessed that? The real comedy in this show is stereotyping. So a few unimportant scenes later, we're finally at the courthouse, and the case starts off with Titania's lawyer saying this, and to be honest, I think that should be that. She owns the trademark because Jen is a fucking idiot who didn't even get the rights to her own moniker, right? Even though she's a lawyer. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, right? But I feel like this entire case would just be thrown out. I can't actually believe this went to court as well, thinking about it. It's just kind of ridiculous. But it is just a TV show, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Titania's lawyer submits a video into evidence showing how Jen doesn't want to use the name She-Hulk, how it's not her name, right? So then Jen's lawyer submits a video into evidence showing how Jen does want the name She-Hulk, and how the name She-Hulk is hers, right? Amazing. And then that's it for the day. Jess and best friend assistant Nikki, they go to see fashion expert man, sassy gay man, and then they go for lunch, where Jen has a bombshell of an idea to get all of her dates from the previous episode in as witnesses to the court to show the court how Jen has been using the name She-Hulk before the trademark got trademarked. So, I don't know, I think that's a pretty good plan, if not slightly embarrassing. And just like that, it works. Her dates all say how Jen was using the name She-Hulk on her date. And so the judge goes, alright Jen, you win. And then they win, and that's that. So Jen and her lawyer go out for drinks to celebrate. And then Jen goes to meet the fashion expert to get her new suits. And just like that, the episode ends. Half an hour it was, and the episode just ends, and nothing happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had fun watching it, right? But as I watched it again to make this video that hopefully you're watching right now, as I watched it again to make this video, it just left me with a bunch of questions. I mean, it's a comedy show, it never made me audibly laugh, maybe just to sort of go, haha, or something like that, right? Or maybe, I don't know, it's a comedy show, maybe not everything has to make sense if it makes you laugh, but it didn't. And maybe I'm just a robot, or maybe it's just not very funny, but I don't know. Either way, I still kind of enjoyed watching this episode, even though nothing really happened. It was just a light-hearted episode about the She-Hulk trying to use her own name. A couple of things I wanted to say before I end this video actually. Earlier in the courthouse, when Jen brings in all of her dates, the last date that she brought in, he says how SheHulk is amazing, but Jennifer Walters just isn't really his type, unfortunately. Which makes Jen feel a little bit down in the dumps, right? Which is fair enough, because Jen is SheHulk, and to hear that somebody that you like doesn't like your main persona, that would make you feel a bit shitty. But at the same time, if somebody isn't your type physically, then they aren't your type physically. That should be the end of it, right? But her lawyer says to Jen that she deserves better, which is true. Jen deserves someone who likes her both as Jennifer Walters and as She-Hulk. But that guy woke up in the morning thinking that he was, I don't know, going out with She-Hulk, that, you know, he was expecting to see this tall, green, superpowered Hulk, but he woke up in the morning, went into the kitchen, and saw this short, white, unsuperpowered, tiny lady. I mean, what did any of them really think was gonna happen? And I'm supposed to sit here thinking that that guy's a piece of shit because Jen catfished him? It just doesn't seem right to me. The best friend assistant lady, Nikki, she's called. I don't like her character, to be honest. She's always eating and chewing gum, which is fine. I don't have a thing against people eating, right? But please close your mouth when you chew, and don't, like, exaggerate your chewing when you're chewing gum in every single scene. Please. Like you're Harley Quinn or something. It's just annoying. But that's just my opinion, and that could be stupid to someone else. So whatever. I didn't like how the fashion expert is this, like, stereotypical sassy bitchy gay guy. You know? I mean, the show is really trying to put forward how progressive it is, and it's being really honest with certain things, like how women can't walk alone at night with headphones on, without being afraid. And in the middle of all of that, all of these messages that they're trying to put across, they put in this stereotype, this almost harmful stereotype, because what, everyone who works in fashion is gay, and all gay people are cunts. Maybe just sort yourself out with it, creators of She-Hulk. Oh, and also one more thing. Add more jokes into a comedy show about She-Hulk. Still good though. I still enjoyed watching it. Bye bye.